What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video, and today we're looking at Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Once again, another highly anticipated game here on this channel, and we're checking out the final preview from IGN. So usually when IGN does these final previews, they get like an hour and a half, sometimes up to 5 hours of play in like a build that's close to the final build of the game. So I usually like to look at their videos to see what they get into, because they usually upload first. They usually have like the most in-depth analysis that I can see, so that's why I react to their videos a lot. I do react to other channels' videos. Like, I'll react to any channel video, and I'll make my own videos as well. But IGN is usually they first with it. They come out with it. They say what they gotta say, keep it moving, and that's the type of channel I'm trying to, I guess, emulate. I'm just trying to be very fast and efficient with my ways, get in, get out. But anywho, enough of me babbling. Without further ado, let's get to this video.
Wulong Fallen Dynasty might be an action game, but after playing through some brand new areas for about 5 hours, I went away realizing that it innovates on the exploration.
You see, I just said that. Like, they play it for like sometimes up to 5 hours. He got 5 hours of this game.
Loop in Soulsborne games more than anything else. While the game's challenging combat is as stellar as you would expect from a Team Ninja game, it's the morale rank system that truly feels like it's shaking things up. In Wulong, both the player and enemies have a morale rank that indicates their strength. You can raise your morale rank simply by defeating enemies, but it goes up faster if the enemy you beat has a higher morale rank than yourself.
As you should.
If you get killed, your morale rank will decrease, and the same can be said for the enemy. Unlike a level-based progression system, Wulong's morale rank indicates not how strong the player is, but how that strength compares to your enemies. But how is any of this related to exploration? Well, Wulong features one other way to increase your morale rank: raising flags.
Yup, you gotta raise them flags.
At first glance, battle flags appear to merely function as your traditional bonfire-like checkpoint. By resting at a battle flag, you regain health, refill your potions, respawn enemies, and so on. You know the drill.
Yup, typical Souls game vibes.
But finding a new battle flag rewards you in a way that previous Soulsborne checkpoints have not. It increases your fortitude rank. Getting killed decreases your morale rank, but it will never go below your fortitude rank. That means the more checkpoints you discover, the stronger you become. Wulong stages are also dotted with marking flags. Marking flags don't function as checkpoints like battle flags do, but raising your flag here will increase your fortitude rank anyway. Marking flags are...
That's what I was wondering, because when I was playing the demo, I was like, wait, I got the flag, but I'm not able to save and up my stats and stuff. So there's marking flags, and then there's the other kind of flags. One is where you could save and stuff, and the other one is just to raise your fortitude. Okay. I'm glad they cleared that up, because I was confused by that.
They're often guarded by fierce enemies you have to defeat first, while others are cleverly hidden.
Oh, we gonna find them, that's okay.
In a traditional Soulsborne title, staying near a safe checkpoint and killing the same enemies over and over is often a valid tactic to become stronger. Enemies positioned near a spot that is unfavorable to the player are often best ignored, especially for beginners. But Wulong's morale rank system changes all of this. It encourages the player to go out and explore, fight tougher enemies, and put themselves at risk. In return, they are rewarded in a way that playing it safe simply won't do. During my playtime through multiple stages, I found myself naturally exploring the map in its entirety.
Like, you see that meter down there? When you're attacking the enemy, this meter goes up. And then when you're getting attacked, it goes down. When it goes down, that's when your stance is broken and you're left vulnerable for an attack. If you keep spamming dodge, like if you just try to dodge everything all the time, every time you dodge, this goes down, and it can get all the way to the point where your composure is broken and you got to fight all the way back just to get it back even, and then fight to get it up here. So it encourages very fast-paced gameplay and battling, and parrying. You have to learn how to parry. You gotta learn how to parry, or you're not gonna beat any of the higher morale enemies in this game.
Fighting optional enemies that otherwise wouldn't have been worth the risk. The morale rank system feels like a more natural way to gain strength and gives less skilled players the chance to still have a more varied experience.
Fine display of battle prowess.
Wolong is often compared to the Neo series, and rightfully so when you look at its Soulsborne-like challenging combat. However, when it comes to mobility, a more appropriate comparison might be Ninja Gaiden. A double jump and no stamina restraints make it feel somewhat similar in terms of flow, both in its exploration and combat. Stages have been designed with the double jump in mind, as cliffs and rooftops of houses and even giant temples can be climbed. Items can often be found in such places, and figuring out how to get there serves as a fun distraction from getting killed by demons. You can do a plunging attack on enemies from above, and if you approach an enemy
gonna be
slowly,
your best friend.
you will often be able to stealth kill it as well. This allows careful players to eliminate weaker enemies without having to fight them, much like in From Software's Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yep.
The key mechanic of combat is Deflect. Deflect is triggered by pressing the dodge button at the right time. It parries an enemy's attack while lowering the enemy's spirit. Once the enemy's spirit is decreased significantly, it is stunned and open for a powerful, fatal strike.
Now, timing. There's no, like, it's not generous either.
From Sekiro
you gotta
2,
catch that
well,
shit.
That's because it is. But that's hardly a bad thing when it's this well executed. Literally any attack in this game can be deflected. This reminded me of the jump boost in Mario Kart of all games. First, you think it's just a trick you can do when jumping off ramps, but later you realise that small things like a bump in the road or even the bouncing of those giant music notes in the music park can trigger a jump boost. Ranging from melee weapon attacks to projectiles like arrows and fireballs to even an enemy's ground pound, as long as the timing is right, Wolong allows you to turn any form of threat into an opportunity.
Yep. Put anybody on a t-shirt.
Made significantly easier when compared to last year's demo. While Wolong still feels like a challenging experience as a whole, some enemies have become a lot more manageable. Another factor that made certain sections of my time with Wolong feel easier than the demo is the fact that often someone was fighting alongside me. As you progress through the game, you'll befriend warlords, whom you can summon to assist you on the battlefield. While this is usually optional, there are points in which the story forces you to be assisted. From a story point of view, it might make sense, but as someone who always wants to tackle a challenge by myself, I couldn't help feeling that I didn't want my fellow warlords to interfere.
Nah, my pride is not
an option for players who don't want to play online, but find the game too challenging to beat without any.
Nah, my pride is not where it used to be, and I don't have the time that I used to have to play video games. So I will definitely be taking any type of help that I can get. Any type of help.
I just hope that the story won't force it too often in the main game. What makes Wolong unique is how it borrows the parry mechanic from Sekiro and mixes that up with the diversity of Neo. I've been able to try out about half of the 13 melee weapon types Wolong has to offer. Individual weapons do not just come with different stats, but also have their own martial arts, which are powerful moves that consume the spirit gauge. This means that even the same weapon type can feel significantly different from weapon to weapon. In Wolong, you can equip up to 2 melee weapons at the same time. The Deflect Counter Attack is a move that deflects an enemy attack while switching weapons. As the name implies, it allows you to simultaneously deflect and counter attack. It's a fun way to switch weapons, but when utilised as a counter, there's a bigger risk of getting hit, as the timing takes longer to get used to. At first, it felt like something that looked cool but wasn't really worth the risk, but I'm starting to learn how it could be useful for hit and run situations.
Foe may pose us a challenge.
Might? What?
The first non-humanoid boss I faced was Zuyan, a giant ape with heavy attacks that seemed scary at first. If you stay calm, however, you'll notice that its attacks are easy to deflect.
Yeah.
As you might expect,
every boss has a rhythm.
Mid-bosses like
Just gotta find it.
Zuyan will reappear as normal enemies in later stages. Reuniting with Zuyan only to learn that you can now overpower it with ease gives you confidence, as you will learn just how much you've improved as a player. Of course, the next moment you'll get eaten by a giant crocodile and lose all of that confidence again.
Yep. Get bodied.
I thought that Feng Ji, a giant boar-like boss, was going to be a boss fight similar to Sekiro's Blazing Bull. The Blazing Bull charges at you at full speed, and the player has to run around it to attack it from the side or back. In Wolong, however, Feng Ji's charge attacks can be deflected, so there's no need to run around it. Deflecting its charge attacks and counter-attacking before it is out of range feels great. That being said, Fengji didn't pose a serious enough threat and I was able to slay it on my first try. It probably won't be among the game's more memorable bosses.
Once you get the timing down on that parry, you're gonna be godlike.
A boss I won't soon forget. Its eerie creature design alone is enough to leave a lasting impression. As with any boss in Wolong that I have encountered so far, the key to defeating Aoya is deflecting its attacks. However, it appears to have a much wider array of attack patterns than most other bosses, which makes the timing of each individual attack harder to learn. It's a fun, varied boss that offers a decent challenge. Wolong Fallen Dynasty is set to release on March 3rd and will be available on Xbox Game Pass on day 1.
Oh,
With
let's
Wolong
go.
as January's
Let's
IGN
go.
first, expect more exclusives throughout the month.
Game Pass, baby. Another game I don't have to buy. Let's go.
Retake the mountain and avenge the fallen.
Yeah, so another game that's on the radar. Another game that we definitely gonna be copying, especially now that we know it's for sure in Game Pass. I've read some things that it's going to be, but that just pretty much confirmed it for me. Because IGN wouldn't lie to us, right? Jokes, people, jokes. Don't be in the comments with, well, he did this, this. I know, like, relax. You don't know how to take a joke. We need to drop this release date. They need to stop playing. They need to put out another demo and drop this release date. It just says 2023. I know it says March 3rd on Steam, but we don't know if that's the real date. So, but for just for this video's sake, we'll just say March 3rd. That's what I'm gonna put in the description anyway. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this game. Are you copying this? It's on Game Pass. You could try it out if you want. You don't have to really commit to buying it. I'm excited to get used to the that dodge button, so I could become godlike and I could just plow through the game, which I probably still won't, because there's gonna be hacks and other bullshit that's gonna stop you from being great. But who knows? We'll see. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out.